Hey, I'm Mike.
And I'm Ben.
We are Smokey Boys Barbecue. Today we're going to be doing pork belly burn-ins.
We're going to be doing a sweet heat barbecue sauce and a caramelized onion and garlic emulsion.
And just to top it off, we're going to have a texture surprise for you at the very end. So stick around.
We're gonna start off with prep. First off, we're gonna open up our pork belly. Our goal here is going to be to chop this up into 1-inch cubes. So we're gonna take our slicer here. We're gonna get it nice and flat, and you're gonna just make nice long slices so that you end up with something like this. Pork belly is where you're gonna get bacon, so it's gonna look a lot like bacon on the inside. And you're just gonna do this across the whole pork belly. And then once you get to the other side, you're gonna turn them 90 degrees and basically do the same thing over again until you end up with little 1-inch cubes. If you match up your edges, you're gonna get a really nice even cuts, and I only have to do it once. In pork belly, you're gonna have a lot of fat on the top. You're gonna have a big fat cap. With that, it's gonna render out because you're doing nice long cook. It's gonna be nice and tender. You don't have to worry about trimming off the fat or anything like that. You're gonna leave everything kind of as is. All right, so now that we have all of our cubes here, we're gonna move on to seasoning, and then we're gonna get these out on the grill.
Let's get smoking. So today we're going to be cooking on the Ironwood XL by Traeger. It's a great grill. It runs really well. We're also going to be using Hamlin Post Oak Pellets. Those are my favorite pellets by far. The Post Oak delivers a great flavor and good smoke. So let's get it turned on. We've already poured our pellets in. We're going to turn the grill on, and we're going to set our temp today to 275. The reason we're setting it at a higher temperature is to render the fat of the pork belly. We're also gonna try to cook it a little faster and make sure that the flavors and everything kind of melds together. This Traeger is a breeze to get started. I love cooking on this thing. We're igniting already, and you're gonna start seeing smoke develop. So now that the grill is heating up, we're gonna go get the pork belly from bin. We're gonna wait to hit that 275 mark, and we're gonna be cooking for about 2 to 3 hours.
All right, so today we are doing a all-purpose seasoning from Texas Pepper Jelly. And then we are doing Holy Gospel from Meat Church. We're gonna go on with the all-purpose as kind of our base layer. And then we're gonna use the Gospel as our finishing. We get a little bit more sweet and a little bit more flavor. So we're gonna grab a bowl here. We're gonna just get our pork belly pieces into the bowl. If any little strands are left over, you can kind of break them up. We'll do about half. All right, so we're gonna start off with the all-purpose. You go pretty heavy. You don't wanna go too heavy with the, because they're small pieces, but don't be afraid to get some seasoning on there. This is kind of how I have it. Get a nice coat, and then we're gonna go on with the Holy Gospel. This is also gonna give us a little color with that red paprika in there. Kind of toss them around as you're seasoning. That's kind of what you want it to look like there once you get them all together. We are going to grab a little warming rack and then just pull them straight out of the bowl, right onto the warming rack. You can put these pretty close together because they're gonna render a lot of fat out, so they're gonna shrink quite a bit in the cook. All right, once you get all these on the warming rack, we're gonna get outside take them over to Mike. He's gonna get them out on the grill and we're gonna get smoking.
So we've hit our mark of 275. It's time to open up this grill and lay down some pork belly. The goal of the cook today is to render down as much fat as possible in order to create that unctuous bite that is the pork belly burn in. We're gonna lay down the pork belly on the grill. We're shooting for an internal temp of 190 degrees. And once we get there, we're gonna come back and see you. See you soon.
While we got the pork belly on the grill, we're gonna cook up some onions. We're gonna cut these up, they caramelize out on the grill. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the top of the onion, make it a nice flat cutting surface, cut the other side, and peel off the outer layer. And then once you have that nice and flat, we're just gonna do some chops. You're looking for about 1/8 inch thick, give or take. The thinner that is, the better they're gonna caramelize. Once you get these all chopped up, then you're going to go ahead and throw these in your foil. We're gonna do just a little drizzle of olive oil. This is actually avocado oil, use whatever you got. Couple little tabs of butter, and then just a little bit of salt. The butter and the oil together are gonna keep the butter from burning. You're gonna avoid that brown butter. The salt's gonna help pull the moisture out, and you're gonna get a really good caramelization. So let's go ahead and get out. We'll get these on the grill along with the pork belly and get them caramelizing. All right, we're back. We got our onions all caramelized. They're looking nice and good. We're gonna take our immersion blender right here and we're going to turn these into a paste that we're gonna put on top. So we're gonna just dump these into our cup here. It's turned out great. That butter and salt flavor is really gonna come through. Now we're gonna take our immersion blender and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stick that right in there. We're gonna turn it on and we are gonna turn this into what's gonna go on top of our pork belly. So we're trying to get this into a nice paste that we can pipe right on top. And I think we are about there.
All right, we just hit our temp of 190. We're ready to glaze. We're using the Sweet Heat by Gabrick today. You can find that at H-E-B. It's one of my favorite sauces. So let's go ahead and pull these burnt ends off the grill. They're looking beautiful. They look lovely, nice and golden brown, which all you're gonna do is basically take them off, put them in a bowl. We're gonna sauce them, basically glaze them. When we put them back on, we're gonna let that glaze set up. With that setup, it's gonna get nice and sticky, which is what we're looking for. We're probably gonna add a little more seasoning on top to make everything just meld together. You're gonna get a big burst of flavor when you bite into these. It's gonna be delicious. I'm looking forward to it. So we're gonna take a few at a time. We're gonna pour some sauce on them. And then we're gonna give them a toss. Looking lovely, they smell amazing. And don't tell Ben, but I'm gonna go and take a taste real quick. Oh. Put that to the side. They're absolutely delicious. I'm gonna do that to the rest of these pork belly burnt ends, and we're gonna see you inside for some finishing and for some tasting. Oh yeah. All right, it's time for the surprise. We're gonna put some nice texture on these pork belly burnt ends today. It's gonna be the Mi Tienda Chicharrone original. We're gonna crush them up, and we're gonna put some texture onto these nice, luscious pork belly burnt ends. It's gonna be nice and sticky, and then you're gonna get a little crunch with it. So the way to do this is just put some chicharrones in a bag. We're gonna crush them up. Just a few hits will be good. And then we're gonna sprinkle them right on top. As you can see, I've been taste testing the whole time. We're gonna give it a little toss. It's all right to get messy. These are gonna be some excellent flavor bombs, and everybody's gonna love them. We'll see you back for the taste test.
All right, so the last thing we're gonna do to these is we got our garlic and caramelized onion puree. So we got it in a baggie here. We're just gonna cut the tip off. And then we're basically just gonna use this like a piping bag. Get a little dollop on each one.
It's looking good, man. So we have pork belly burnt ends, chicharron covered, and then we put a dollop of
caramelized onion and garlic puree or emulsification. All in all, it took about 2 hours.
Yeah, I'll say 2 to 2.5 hours. So from prep to finish, then we pulled them off at 190. Just as a reminder, we did a nice glaze on them, put them back on for about 15 minutes. And then we did all of the toppings and dressings on it. We're trying to create our own spin on the pork belly burnt end. We're looking for texture, and we're looking for a big flavor bomb. So let's try them.
Let's give it a shot.
Cheers, Bella.
Cheers.
Wow.
They're really good.
Definitely taste that texture. Holy cow.
Very tender. Get the crunch from the chicharrons. Definitely get the garlic and onion.
That's something that I've never tried before as far as the flavor profile,
It's very different.
and it's delicious.
It's very good. If you want to try something different than your standard pork belly burnt end, give this a shot.
Barbecue's all about experimenting, and I think this is a winner. Definitely a flavor bomb. So here's to another cook. I'm gonna have one more.
Yeah. Like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next video.